Pulling you over because you were walking around in that area. For what purpose?
Sir, that's none of your business.
Let me have your driver's license.
The reason why you're pulling me over is because you don't know what I'm doing over there?
Talking to police officers can be challenging, especially when they suspect you of something. This young man found himself in that exact situation. He was simply going about his business and heading home, yet he managed to navigate through it skillfully. Let's see how he handled it. I've linked all the channels in the description. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to comment a GG down below.
Pulling me over,
pulling you over because you were walking around in that area. For what purpose?
Sir, that's none of your business. I do have
I'll tell you
business
what,
over there.
You do have business?
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't have a problem telling me. Let me have your driver's license. Listen,
wait, Mr. Officer, my name is... What's your name?
Mantilla. Officer Mantilla.
Officer Mantilla.
Yes.
Officer, it's late. I had to go do some business over there. I'm on my way home. The reason why you're pulling me over is because you don't know what I'm doing over there? I just had to go and pick up something.
Listen, I saw you there.
Yeah.
And when I started going around, you were walking around.
Yeah.
And then you took off. And then you took off because you saw me.
Yeah. I was going to do some business, Mr. Officer.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you what you went to do.
Yeah.
Let me just have your ID. Let me have your ID and we'll be good.
Mr. Officer, I told you my name. I told you the business that I was doing. I haven't broken any laws.
No, you haven't.
Exactly.
But
Mr. Officer,
listen,
I haven't broken any laws. Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
You're not being detained.
I'm free to go. Thank you. Have a great night. Shake hands?
No.
You just said I'm free.
Let me have your ID. Let me have your ID. Then you can go. Let me have your ID.
Officer, Mr.
I need to verify that that's who you are.
Mr. Officer,
You're going to do it or not?
You just said I'm free. I'm not detained.
No, you're not. You're not.
You just
free
said
to go.
I'm not detained.
Okay, then you are detained. Let me have your ID.
Why am I being detained?
It is an investigative stop, sir. Let me have your ID.
That doesn't make sense. I know what I'm doing.
Let me have your ID. I know what I'm doing too. Let me have your ID.
Listen, I do not need to give you my ID, Mr. Officer Mantilla. I was conducting some business, my own personal business.
Right.
You pulled me over because
you don't. Do you?
I do live here.
Okay, and the reason I stopped you is because there's been numerous break-ins to vehicles there.
Okay.
So this is why I'm stopping you, because you appeared that you didn't live there.
No, I got my bicycle in the back, Mr. Officer. I'm just doing what I gotta do. I'm getting home.
Let me just do that real fast, and then you can take off.
Officer, listen, me and you are cool, but I don't need to do that.
All right, you stand by, sir.
Meanwhile, the cop called for backup.
Mr. Rigel, they just pulled me over because they saw me walking around.
Okay.
And then I'm on my way home.
Okay, do you understand that we conducted a traffic stop and driving is a privilege in the state of Florida?
Yes, sir, but I do know my rights, man.
Yeah, you have rights.
Officer,
nobody's taking those rights away.
Officer, they just pulling me over because I had to go. He saw me walking around.
Once again,
that's all.
But that's not my point. My point to you is driving is a privilege.
Yes, it is, sir, but this stop is unlawful.
When we conduct
this
a stop,
unlawful
it's not unlawful.
Yeah, man.
It's not unlawful.
Then what's the purpose of pulling me over?
That's on him.
Can you tell me? Then why are you asking me?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, what I'm trying to tell you is that
Mr. Rago, how come are you enforcing something?
It is a privilege for you to drive in the state of Florida.
But he just pulled me over some bullshit, Mr. Officer.
So what I'm asking you is, you rather go to jail over stupidity because you don't want to give your license?
No, we're wasting taxpayer money right now, bro. This is on video.
No, you're wasting time right now. You're wasting your own time. You want to get home, correct?
Of course I do.
Okay, so then why don't you just give your license so it can be over?
This is an unlawful stop, officer.
It's not an unlawful stop.
You just got here, man.
It's not. It doesn't matter if I just got here.
So you just got here, bro.
But that's why I'm trying, so that way you don't have a problem.
What's the reason for the stop?
What is the reason for you not to give your license?
There's no reason. There's no reason for this stop. There's no reason to give me my license. I just want to know, simply, what is the reason for this stop, Mr. Rago? Officer Rago.
He's going to tell you.
Okay, I'll wait for that. Yes, sir.
But that's not the point. The point, so you're not going to give your license.
I just want to, as soon, the moment that I can hear what's the reason for my stop.
So then why don't we give each other something here? You give your license, and then afterwards you'll find out why.
Boss, that's not how this country works, bro. Listen, I'm very passionate about this country, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so am I, because I served it. I went to Iraq. So am I.
That's good.
All right.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, sir.
So
listen, let's make this easy, bro.
What is it?
You serve me. What is the reason of the stop? And then I serve you,
We're not
please.
gonna go anywhere. We're gonna keep going around the circle.
Boss
Stay in
man.
the car.
All right.
This happens all the time. Officers try to push their own narrative over a citizen's rights until the person breaks down. But our guy is standing up for what is the actual law.
Mr. Officer,
All right, understand our perspective.
I do.
Before you say anything, the reason I stopped you because it was a little suspicious.
I understand that too. I was like,
So-
what the hell? I was suspicious of you too, man. I'm just parked up, coming down with my bag. You saw
Listen.
me. We looked at each other.
If you ask me something, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
You being all defensive makes me a little nervous, makes me a little worried that you're in that area you're up to no good. When I asked you for your ID, if I stopped you, when I asked you for your ID, it's just to verify you. I went ahead and I verified you without your ID.
Thanks.
You never been arrested before?
I've been arrested before.
Okay. I'm technically, because you're resisting me, because you're kind of like not helping me out, not cooperating with me, I can arrest you for that. I'm not going to do something like that. But I'm giving you a heads up. I'm letting you know that that's what could have happened. The point in telling you what's going on over there is so that you understand our perspective. We're driving around, we're patrolling. If it's a little suspicious, I'm going to make contact.
That's
and
good.
that's why I'm
All
doing
right,
here.
all right, cool.
That's what I'm doing here.
Appreciate
you understand
it.
that?
Good job.
All right, man. You take care of yourself. Stay out of
God
trouble.
bless you. God bless you.
Same to you, man.
So,
The young man got off without any trouble because he stayed professional, and ultimately, the cops gave up with just a warning.
What you doing looking through cars?
Huh?
You looking through the cars?
What do you mean?
I saw you right there looking through the cars.
What car did I look through?
You were looking through that car, that car, that car.
I was looking through them.
I saw
What's
you
that
with
mean?
the
Like going through one window and out the other? I don't understand. What do you mean looking through?
You were shining your flashlight.
Like looking in the passenger window and through the driver's side window?
All windows, sir.
Looking through all of them? You seen where my eyes were looking?
I could see you. I was sitting right there. You were looking around
I'm well aware where you were sitting, but I'm just saying, is that illegal?
to look in other people's vehicles.
Yeah, it is. What statute is that?
I mean, you could possibly be breaking in.
Well, we don't care about possibly. We want law.
Do you have your ID on you?
For what? Am I under arrest?
That's suspicious. Obviously, you're looking through cars. Yes.
So I'm under arrest?
You're detained right now. Yes.
For what crime?
Looking through vehicles.
It's not a crime. You got a supervisor?
I sure do.
Okay,
He's busy at the moment.
As soon as they're ready, can I see him?
I mean, you can.
Cool.
We'll be waiting here.
Okay.
An auditor was walking around a parking lot when a cop detained him for merely checking out cars. After some back and forth with the rookie officer, the supervisor eventually arrived.
Well, that was quick. I thought he was busy.
He was on another
Yeah.
call.
Cool.
So, is there a reason why you're looking through vehicles in our parking lot, sir?
I
Keep
was
your
just,
hands out of your pockets for me.
I was looking around.
Okay. Keep your hands out of your pockets before
It's not in my pocket.
Okay. We're not going to play this game right now. I'm asking you questions. I just need an answer. Keep your hand out of your pocket.
It's not in my pocket.
So you understand that that's a suspicious behavior that we got to check out on, right? Is there a reason why you were...
I mean, I don't understand, no.
Okay, well, right now, this isn't an open business. This isn't an open area. Okay? This is private property. Technically, it's the city's, yes. But during normal business hours, you're more than welcome to come through the parking lot. But at 11 at night, it's suspicious and we have to investigate that, okay?
Okay.
So because I did stop and talk with you, I do have to make a record of this interaction. Do you have any kind of identification on you so I can say we talked?
Am I under arrest?
You're not under arrest, but you are detained for my investigation, yes.
Okay, I mean, go ahead and investigate.
Okay. So do you have any kind of identification on you, sir?
Am I under arrest?
You are being detained. for
Florida
investigation.
statute 3802, I'm only required to give you my ID if I'm under arrest.
And I'm asking. That's all. That's it.
Okay.
So if
As
you
long
don't
as we're on the
furnish
same
your ID,
page.
that's totally fine. Okay. So what I do need you to do, though, if you would just stand in front of her vehicle.
Okay. The crime is suspicion. I was trying to find the police department for a complaint form.
Oh, if you need a complaint form, I can help you with that.
That's what I'm here for if you want to know.
Yeah, and see, that's fine. I can actually run in and get you the complaint form if you need it.
Okay.
I can also tell you if you wanted to file a complaint, We do have all of our forms online,
Okay.
so you can submit it that way.
Yeah, I'd like to get it in person, paper, if possible.
Okay. Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to walk into the PD then and see if I can print you off a copy of that.
Sweet, appreciate
Just
it.
Give me one moment.
I'm not done with these cops yet.
We got back up. You ever heard of the plain view doctrine? You know what that is? What is it?
I don't have to answer your questions. Since you don't want to answer mine.
So you don't know. Yeah, but you're a public servant.
I do.
You're a
I just
public
don't have to
servant.
answer your
That's the
questions.
difference. You're a
I don't
public
have to answer
servant.
your
No,
questions.
I don't have to. I have the right to remain silent. I can invoke rights. You have no rights. You don't have rights when you're on the job. You understand that? You do need to answer questions. I am standing here, but you can still answer my questions. You're the servant.
Answer your questions.
Yeah, you do.
Says who?
Me. I'm the highest ranking person here right now.
Are you my boss?
Yes, I'm the highest ranking person here. I'm a citizen, you're a servant. Do you not get that? You run around these streets acting like it's something other than that, or what? Plain view doctrine gives you the right to look into cars, and it gives me the right to look into cars too. So it's not really suspicious, is it? So now why am I being detained? This is an unlawful detainment, and I'd like to know why. What excuse are you going to come up with next of why I'm unlawfully detained? Can you tell me this? You just go around detaining people for fun because you're bored? Because it's a small town, you got nothing to do? What is it? Nothing? She's got nothing, folks. She's got nothing. What's your name and badge number? Can you say it louder? I can't hear you from that far. Can you say it where I can hear you?
Officer Leeds, 128.
128. How do you spell your last name?
Leeds, L-E-E-S.
Okay, Lees. Gotcha. It sounded like you were saying Leets or something. I couldn't tell. So they said this is private property. Regardless if it's private property, I mean, I guess they can ask me to leave if they wish, if they have that authority. But that hasn't happened yet. You're free to go if you want. You're not being detained. But you know what that means? You're free to stay if you want to. Here he comes.
Okay, so here's our complaint form. The one thing I do want to point out to you here is you would, if you wanted to turn it in and make a formal complaint, we do have to have it notarized and returned back to us. But yeah, if you wanted to fill this out and bring it back to us during normal business hours,
Okay.
they'd be able to take it from you in the
So
records department.
since it has to be notarized, there's no way to do it anonymously?
Unfortunately, we don't investigate anonymous complaints. You can go online and you can make an anonymous
What do
complaint.
you mean by you don't investigate anonymous complaints?
So, for me to pass that up the chain of command my way, I would have to have it notarized.
So unless you guys are able to retaliate against somebody by knowing who they are, you refuse to take it.
So it's a swearable document, and we have
Okay.
to make sure that whatever the person is complaining, they're willing to swear that it is true and correct to the best of their knowledge, and that's to keep people from filing false complaints.
Sure.
I can tell you, if you were to go on the website and submit an anonymous complaint, that's out of my hands.
Okay.
I don't deal with that personally. I don't
Yeah.
know how that process looks. I just know for me, with this
You don't know
form-
if you do it online, if it has to be notarized or not?
No.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head. I can tell you, though, that we do get those. I don't know the process for that.
Do you guys have internal affairs?
We do.
Okay, like on site or?
We do. We do have an internal affairs
Okay,
division.
cool.
We also have, if there's any investigation we can't handle.
Is that who I give this to?
That will go to our records division.
Okay.
Our records division will then get it to internal affairs.
So I can't give it to internal affairs?
No. No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it'd just be, your stop right here would be inside that door there. There's a window to the right.
Okay.
And that's who you would speak to.
Yeah, I went up there. I seen the hours. I seen something said call 9. I didn't. I was looking for a push button or something. I didn't see anything. I went around that way, didn't see anything, and then she pulls up over here. So
So because we're a smaller department, we don't staff 24/7. We just use kind of really banker's hours, for lack of a better term, and that's just because of our staffing.
okay.
Is there any other questions I can answer for you?
No, she said I'm detained, so.
And that's the thing. We do have to just make sure you're not up to, someone out here breaking into cars.
I didn't touch anything.
No, you're fine. We've established that you haven't committed a crime.
I looked around under the plain view doctrine, and
you're
that's
good.
it, man.
And that's the thing. Now that we know that you're just exercising your rights, you're free to go, sir.
Appreciate it.
You have a good night.
What was your name and badge?
My name is Corporal Speedy. My badge number
Corporal?
is 126.
Okay, thanks for being professional, man.
Well, hey, you're exercising your rights.
Unlike her, she wasn't very nice.
You have a good night, sir. Be safe.
You too. He wasn't that professional, too. He played along. I'm sure they got a call already. That's why I didn't want to show where I was, people.
In Lake Dallas, Texas, veteran auditor Chuck Bronson was unlawfully detained based solely on suspicion. However, he wasn't there to file a complaint. He was there due to recent events involving Officer Winston Edmondson, who was recently fired after allegedly coercing a female employee into non-consensual acts at the station.
Can you please not put me on camera, please, sir?
That's not against the law. Can I help you?
I don't answer any questions. Sorry, sir.
Okay, then can you please be escorted off property?
Is this public space here?
Okay, look, I know what you're trying to do.
What am I trying to do?
I know the videos,
Yep.
online, everything else. I get that.
Yep.
Okay, but you're actually on jail property.
Correct. Okay.
All right, you're actually on jail property.
So the reason why I'm being here is I'm coming in to get a complaint form for an officer, and was trying to do that.
I'm the one you need to talk to.
Yeah. I just need a complaint form.
Okay. The office is not open right now. So
Okay.
if you actually want to make a complaint,
Right.
you're going to have to speak to me.
Yes.
Okay? Because the only way you could get a complaint form is actually coming and speaking with our AI investigator.
The IA or AI?
AI.
AI. All right. So that's good. So this walking through here is not a public sidewalk where I can just walk on here and do that. And a jail is not a public facility under Georgia's code. Smith v. Cumming. I can't come here and check what's going on with citizens or the employees.
Again, I understand where you're
So if
trying
you
to go
know,
through there.
Sergeant Brown, if you know that, why are you telling me that I have to leave the property?
Okay, I'm not telling you have to leave the property.
Right.
Right now, you're on the jail property.
Sure.
Which is state property.
Yes, and it's
Okay.
public property.
Okay, also public property.
Thank
I
you.
understand that, okay? But what you have to is public funded. Okay?
Correct.
All right, because taxes pay for it.
That's
I
right.
understand that,
Yeah, yeah.
okay? But right here under the Sally Port and everything else, it's a secured facility.
Perfect.
Okay?
No one's
All
been
right?
under the Sally Port. Don't stretch it.
Okay. Dude.
Not a dude. I'm a citizen. I called you by your name, Sergeant Brown.
Okay, but like I explained to you,
Yep.
okay? Right now, the shift change, we've got officers walking in and out. Okay, we've got patrol cars out here.
Sure.
Okay, if you want to, that is a public sidewalk over there.
Okay.
This is not a public sidewalk. You
This
see
whole
all these.
this whole area is public.
Okay, I understand what you're
I'm
trying
not.
to do.
She asked me. She
Okay,
approached
I'm
me.
asking you nicely.
Don't interrupt me,
Just
Sergeant. I was going to tell you.
Don't interrupt me.
No, you don't interrupt me. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I was over here. I was just talking.
No, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do.
I was talking about the tag readers.
Okay.
Hey, do you have a patrol lieutenant? Excuse me, a lieutenant on duty? Just you? You're the supervisor for the whole night tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. This area is public. I already called one of the council members, the commissioners, and asked about it. This area right here, this walking through here is 100% public. Like you said, under the Sally Port here, I was talking about the tag readers and also about the reviews that you guys have online, and you're basically telling me that those reviews are accurate, your behavior here. I'm not doing anything wrong. Walking through here and checking to see what's going on. I'm not sticking this camera over here. I was looking at those tag readers on there, talking about the cost of them, and you're telling me you know exactly what I'm doing, but you're doing it. This is Worth County Sheriff's Office, guys.
So, what is it that I'm doing?
I'm
asking you to stay away from the jail.
I didn't go to the jail.
But you're right here in the Sally Port.
This right here. I didn't block the Sally Port. I'm not blocking it.
Okay.
This whole area right here is a public section that you can walk up and down over and over again if you want to.
And which council member did you talk to?
I'm not going to answer any questions. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus like that.
Okay.
It's
You're not
a
gonna
commission.
answer any questions, but I have to answer questions.
Okay.
So that's kind of wrong.
No, we're afforded the Fifth Amendment right because everything that you're doing here could potentially be leading you up to a criminal charge.
I'm not questioning you in reference to a criminal matter.
But
So
anything
you can ask questions. This is tier 1 contact.
Okay, so if there's no criminal matter, then I don't have to answer any questions. I don't want to.
You don't, and you don't have to stand here either. You can just walk away.
I
But
can.
you're wanting to stand here.
You came
and
to
have
me.
this conversation.
She called you over here, and that's the way it goes. I don't want to have this conversation. I was just minding my own business, looking at the cat under the truck over here, looked at the white SUV with a dog over it.
Do you understand where that kind of looks suspicious to us when you're looking underneath vehicles and around patrol vehicles and that kind of
I
stuff?
wasn't looking under a vehicle. I was looking at a cat.
You just said you were looking at a cat
Under,
the vehicle.
it's not a patrol vehicle. It's just a regular old vehicle
How do
right
you know
there.
that's not a patrol vehicle?
I'm just guessing by the tag on it and by all that
That
like
could be
that.
an undercover vehicle.
Well, then that's good if it's an undercover vehicle.
But how do you know it's not?
I don't need to know if it's not. It's irrelevant to me coming over here and looking at it. If I want to check the tires on each one of your cars just to make sure you guys are in compliance with the Georgia code, I can come in here and do that if I want to. They're in public. They're in plain view. It's simple as that.
Oh, okay.
That's it. So, I mean, if I can continue on doing what I'm doing, it would be great. And you don't have a supervisor?
Go ahead.
A former law enforcement officer, now a First and Fourth Amendment auditor, was checking out the jail area when he was stopped by an officer. Although the officer claimed he understood what the auditor was doing, his actions suggested otherwise.
You don't have a supervisor here?
Go ahead, sir.
That's a question for you.
Well, I can't. My car is not a vehicle that is one of those. So.
It's on a public property. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sergeant Brown.
But I still don't want to.
No one's filming your car. Go away. Just go.
No, we're not going to talk to people like that.
You're talking to me like that.
I have not raised
You're over here interrupting me, telling me I can't be here. You don't have to raise your
I've not
voice.
raised your voice.
I didn't say you're raising my voice.
And that's a female, man. Come on.
What does that female have to do with it? She's trying to stir something up that ain't even there.
But you're responding to it.
And you're responding to me for
Oh, my God.
I know.
Okay. All right.
So do you have a supervisor?
What do you need? Who do you want to talk to?
Someone that's not you, a supervisor that's your
Okay,
supervisor.
but who do you want to talk to? You obviously have someone.
I'm not a
that you
mind
want to
reader.
talk to.
I'm not a mind reader. I don't know.
I'm not a mind reader.
That's right.
Okay, so obviously you have somebody in mind that you want to talk to, and I want to make sure that you have exactly who you want to talk to. You want to talk to a lieutenant. Obviously, you've done this, and you've done your research and your paperwork.
Well, I just know
so
that
you know who that works here.
There's a structure.
So I want to make there's a structure.
It's
But I
common
wanna
with
make
every police
sure that
department.
You get exactly who. This is not a police department.
Sheriff's office. It's
Okay,
it's
so
with
I
every
wanna
law
make sure you
enforcement
get
agency. It's the
exactly
same.
who you want to talk to.
We're semantics there. Every law enforcement agency is the same.
It's not about semantics.
It has a corporal. It has a lieutenant. It might have an FTO. It might have a captain. It might have a chief
See,
deputy.
Honestly, that's not how this sheriff's office works.
But generally, it's about like that. So above the sergeant.
But like I told you, there's no one above the sergeant at this point in
Okay,
time.
that's fine. Then I don't need.
So who do you want to talk to?
Who's your supervisor?
My supervisor, the sheriff.
That's the sheriff. That's it. All right, that's perfect. That's it. That's all I
That's
need.
who you
So,
want to talk to.
yeah, but I don't need to now. I can call him.
Oh, okay. Well, you're here said you wanted to talk to one of them.
No,
You didn't-
since
you didn't
since
want
we're
to talk to
sitting
me.
here and you're telling me I can't be on this public section right here, that's a nice and easy just walk through here. I can't be here. Then that's why I want to talk to him. I want to file a complaint. Say, hey, this Sergeant Brown is trying to intimidate me. Say I can't be here.
I didn't intimidate you.
Well, that's what it's doing to me. It's making me scared and nervous.
It's making you scared and nervous for me having a
When
conversation.
a law enforcement officer with a gun, a taser, this and that comes over here.
A gun and a taser.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, just stand right there.
yeah. I have to stay here.
No, you can leave.
You said just stand right here. Which one? That was awesome, wasn't it? Just mind your own business next time. Don't be stupid. That's all I can do. That's Sergeant Brown. So inside that, that's actually the sheriff right there. So that's the sheriff. So we have that. Basically, yeah, the sergeant poses a public threat. Yeah, thank you for filming. And that's pretty much it. Like that lady over there didn't need to say anything. So back to the story here. Those tag readers on those cars and the cats, those over there, that basically is the like a $10,000 piece and part on top of that. So keep it simple, stupid.
After a confrontation with the sergeant, the auditor decided to move to another part of the area. That's when a supervisor approached him aggressively.
I'm not going to answer your questions. After Sergeant Brown and his demeanor like that, I just don't want to talk. So I appreciate
I'm the sheriff, and I'm asking you where you're from.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you for your identification, because you must supply ID upon lawful demand.
If I committed a crime, that's correct.
You're on public property.
Sure.
On the sidewalk. Once you come up on the courthouse,
Yep.
it becomes a security issue, and I'm in charge of security for the
Absolutely.
courthouse.
I just spelled the belief over there. I told him I was just
The
filming.
federal government don't even allow anybody to film courthouse.
Yes, they DHS memo says they do, Sheriff.
From the road.
No,
Not walking on the property.
I'm on sidewalks.
I know. I worked with the Marshal Service.
I did
before
too.
I came here.
Yep.
You did?
In law enforcement, yes.
Okay.
So I was just doing a story
So
about that.
you know that when I tell you to stay on the sidewalk, if you're going to video, that you know that that's what you're supposed to do. If you don't,
Sheriff Whitaker, I was on the sidewalk.
You walked up in front of my jail.
It's the sidewalk right
You
there.
walked up in front of my jail. That
Right.
is not a city street. That is county property.
Okay.
Alley.
Yeah, I got with one of the commissioners and saw that there, and they said, yeah, that's all public in here.
Okay. What commissioner?
I don't want to give their name because I don't want to have any problems with them. I don't want to have them in trouble. Just had a question about
They're
it. So.
not in trouble.
Well, I don't want you to have anything that's going on.
But I'm not going to have anybody that won't identify themselves come up on this property
Yep.
and be filming something that could be a possible threat in the future.
No threat.
I don't know that.
Yep.
So if you want to film, you do it from the sidewalk.
Perfect. We got
But
it.
if one of these guys tell you something again and you're on this property, you better do what they ask you to do.
Well, Sheriff, there is up here in the front.
Not while you film.
Yes, you can. I'm
No, you
100%
can't.
positive you
Today
can.
you can't, because I'm telling you you can't.
Okay. All right, we'll get those commissioners in. I'll get with them in about 5 minutes if that's the case. If
That's
you're,
fine. Have them call me. They all got my telephone.
I know it is good old boy system, I guess. But what I'm saying is, when I walk up to that front up there to check out the public notices, I can come up there and film. You got a very strong court case. Can I finish?
Don't use that as an excuse for you filming, because that's not where you were at.
I was walking down
were-
the sidewalk between
You
the
were in
buildings
front
there.
of my jail when I walked.
That's
when
right.
I drove up.
Yeah, that's right. I was not in the Sally Port like Sergeant Brown says over here, or I don't know if he alluded to
I
it.
have security concerns already. I'm not going to let anybody walk in front of the jail with a video camera.
Yep.
Possibly try to plan an escape.
No, I don't be
Okay.
trying to plan an
How
escape.
do I
so.
know that?
Oh, I'm telling you that. I don't know that.
I don't know that.
But we can't go around the United States just suspecting everybody of a crime that's walking around with a camera, expressing a First
But
Amendment,
we can't let everybody
expressing
do it
a
either
First
because
Amendment,
of so much
expressing a
that
First
has-
Amendment protected activity, Sheriff. That's all I'm saying. So
Because
please step back from me.
because everything that
I just was at a funeral today, and I don't know if you have COVID. I don't know if I got it from today. So please don't step towards me like that. That's perceived as a threat, and I don't know why you're doing that to me. All I'm out here doing is doing a story about this place.
That's fine.
I just said, please, Sheriff, could you
That's
just,
fine.
you don't have to keep stepping forward. I don't know if I have COVID because I was out of the place over here.
Stay on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
To film. You're fine then.
Again, this is a public building. I'm going to just assert my rights here. It's a First Amendment protected activity. You are.
The auditor's battery died, but it was clear that the sheriff was trying to intimidate him by deliberately stepping forward. After a few lectures, the auditor was allowed to leave freely. The sheriff's display of tyranny was disturbing, even if he claimed to be concerned about the jail's safety.